Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, a podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we mail it in for New Year's Eve. My name is Tim Swyatt. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Luke Otero and Darren McCroy.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, y'all.
What's happening?
New Year.
Happy New Year's, right. Yeah, here we are. New Year's Eve, so big day. New year, new beginning. And we finish out our last show of the year. Crazy stuff.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. This year, again, seemed to fly by. I don't know. The whole year just went by quick. Sometimes people will be like, oh, the doldrums. I don't know. It seems like everything's on fast forward. So,
yeah.
No, this year, Steve, I think it was the longest gap between Labor Day and Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
It was Labor Day was September 2nd. Thanksgiving was November 28th.
Okay.
When you combine those two, that gap between there, then the whole year end here is just absolutely flown by.
Oh, yeah.
Once you got the whole election year, all that noise, everything going on in the world, it just flew by again.
Yeah.
Here we are. 2024 is almost in the books.
Yes, we are. So there you go. We'll, of course, be talking about that maybe. I don't know. When we mail it in, it doesn't mean necessarily we're mailing it in about that particular topic. So we'll see what we talk about after the break. But for right now, Darren said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
So, we were just talking about Ricky Henderson in the last show to break the fourth wall. So who is a sports star that you never got to see play that you've heard about that you wish you would have gotten to see?
Oh, yeah, this is easy for me too. I'll go first. Easy for me, and I don't think anybody else will answer. For me, it's Stan Musial. I mean, your greatest favorite player of my grandfather who passed away before I was born, so I never met my grandfather, but I know Stan Musial was his favorite player. Favorite player of my father, who got to see him as a young boy play. And then a favorite player of myself, even though I never got to see him play. And I got to meet Stan many times, luckily, at both at card shows and at he owned a small office where he would autograph things, and you could go by there and meet Stan and hang out with him. And he's a very, warm guy and welcoming. And yeah, I got to go there and meet him and talk to him. And if I wanted something signed, I'd go over to his office. I wouldn't go to a card shop after that. I'd just go to his place and hang out with him. So fun stuff. And just a normal guy, tell jokes, and just a normal person. You think about how cool that is. So he's not from St. Louis, but he comes to St. Louis. He's beloved. He retires in 1963. He gets to spend the rest of his life from 63 to whenever he died in 2018, 2019, whenever that was. I lose track of time. But the rest of his life, you know what he got to do? He got to be Stan Musial in a town that loves Stan Musial.
And anywhere he went, he got applauded, and everyone wanted to shake his hands, and everyone was like, that's Stan Musial.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he just enjoyed it. You know, some of the stuff, when people are famous, it grinds on them. They get tired of it. Oh, God, here's another person talking to me about baseball or whatever. Not him. He loved it. He'd keep a harmonica. He'd keep a harmonica in his pocket if you told him about that. He'd pull it out. He'd play, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Just a guy who loved being Stan Musial. How cool is that? Just beloved in the town that loved him. He was king of St. Louis. There's no doubt about it. I mean, people loved that guy, and he just got to have fun, and how cool is that? He just lived in the community. Go to restaurants, and people see him out. You see Stan about town. I mean, because he just gets to be Stan Musial. That's cool. That's cool. And I would sign anything. You meet him, he'll sign something for you. Some of them, they get so magazine, like, oh, you're going to sell this and all that. Not Stan. He was like, even though he had a business selling autographs, he knows that he can sign, baseball for you and this for you. And then, you know what? It's going to be at his office the next day. People want to get more stuff signed. It didn't affect his business. So, yeah, it's cool. Luke, you said you got one right away. It's easy for you.
Oh, yeah.
Who was a player you wish you could see that you didn't?
Mickey Mantle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mick. Growing up, all me and my running partners were just, we all wanted to be number 7 and to just, hit the ball, hit home runs, run as fast as he could. I mean, it was just everyone had, including myself, we had his baseball cards, and how stupid were we because we would put them on the back of our bikes.
Bikes, yep.
Yeah, exactly. But you look at the kind of career he had, and then how he went out. He had it all. His Maryland loved him till the day he died, and but he was just beer drinking, good looking guy. I mean, he had it all. And, he's the guy I would want to meet, Darren. So thank you.
Okay. That's a great answer.
I got to meet Mickey Mantle, and I liked him. Just at a sports card show. So, he's a good guy, and he seemed to enjoy being Mickey Mantle to a degree. And when I saw him, he was past his drinking issues and things like that, which is, I understand that it wasn't always easy to get along with the Mick, but cool guy for sure. But you can't help but think, as great as he did, he got injured his rookie year, was never the same with the knees and stuff like that. You think that, what if that injury doesn't happen, where he doesn't step on that drain in Yankee Stadium or wherever it was that he got hurt? I can't remember the stadium, but wherever that happened, what could have his career been like? I mean,
even if we had modern medical equipment,
right? Exactly,
that could have fixed up things better.
It's true. It's true. He would have rewritten the record books, I'm sure, because he could do it all. 5-tool player for sure. So he's fast. He could hit for average, hit for hit home runs and stuff like that. And he was famous for those long home runs. So it's cool.
Yeah,
for sure. Tim, how about you, man?
All right, so I'm going to switch sports on you, and he's still playing right now, but I've yet to be able to see him, even though he's on our shores, and that's Lionel Messi. So 2 years in a row, he finally comes to the United States. He's playing MLS. 2 years in a row, Chicago Fire in the bottom of the barrel, and he just doesn't play. The first year he was injured. This next year, it just wasn't going to happen. So I'm waiting to see some of these players. I've been a soccer fan since my oldest started when he was about 2. Because if you would ask me back then, this would have been 1999, 2000. If you would ask me about soccer back then, I'd say it's ruining youth sports in America as we know it, because I was such a baseball fan. Grew up a baseball fan, grew up playing baseball my whole entire life, loved the sport and everything like that. Then I realized in soccer, the light bulb went off. Wow, all these kids can get up and run. And then the kids who were good were separating themselves out. Then I got to see some of the players come through, and some of these folks that everybody talk about, like a lot of the Brazilian players and the European players, whatever. Never really big in America, and then been a season ticket holder for the Fire for over 20 years now. And our first year was the only time we actually did anything, and then after that, it's just been absolute crap. But seeing the other players come through, and the other one would be Messi. I've never seen somebody outside of Wayne Gretzky or Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson. You go to some of these classic players, and once they get put in the game, they change the entire dynamic of a game. And in soccer, if you don't understand the sport, totally get it, totally understand. But if you watch that man go on, a lot of people crap on him because he doesn't run. What he's doing is assessing the field and the weakness of the players, and when he runs, he goes and he scores every single time. It's amazing how the man has learned the game and able to cut angles and work so effortlessly on the field and be so impactful. It's just amazing to me. So hopefully this year, we have one more year. We'll be able to see him.
Who's better, him or Pele?
Pele's still going to be better in my book. Just
what
because.
What about Maradona? Diego Maradona.
No, I'm going to go Messi better than Maradona.
Okay. I don't know a lot about
with Messi winning the World Cup, that does change things. But even though Maradona was also Argentinian, I think Pele was something. He was something else.
That guy was...
I always hold the hand of God over Maradona when he scored the goal.
Right. Yeah, classic.
I love it. You got to love the sport. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is fun seeing people that are at the top of their game. So
exactly. I've been able to see Jordan. I've been able to see Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I was a huge basketball fan too. So I grew up all during that time when all those guys. I can't even watch the NBA game now. I think it's disgusting. I just don't like the sport now. But seeing some of these other players and some of these other sports are something else.
Right. Yeah, I got to see Yo-Yo Ma play cello.
Oh, hey,
that's somebody who's at the top of the game.
Yeah,
that's somebody who's top of the game, and I got to see him. Literally on stage, with playing with the St. Louis Symphony, but then they have the whole symphony leave and just leave him up there.
That's gotta be awesome.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Cool.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah. So you had to get buy 6 other shows just for the ability to buy that ticket. That year we went to, even though there was more shows than we normally go to. It was like, wow, we're going because we want to see Yo-Yo Ma. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
Yeah. So
that's
Darren,
cool.
you asked the question. Who for you here?
So of course, there's a lot of people I didn't see play. So obviously, I wish I could have seen Gretzky in his prime. I wish I could have seen Jordan in his prime. I wish almost anyone of that caliber. But the one that made me think about this question is, and it's a good old local Cardinal. He's kind of taking over Stan the Man's.
Oh yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Ozzie Smith.
Yeah, Ozzie's the guy now.
Yeah,
Ozzie's the St. Louis guy now.
And I accidentally met him one time.
That's cool.
I didn't know who he was because I was 10 when the All-Star game was here, and we were at the Fan Fest, and they had all these booths where people were signing things, and his time was done, but I was over in a corner throwing a baseball kind of at a wall, just being bored and playing with a baseball, and my baseball bounces off my hands, and guy picks it up and hands it to me. It's Ozzie Smith.
He fielded that ball.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I just kind of walked away, and he's like, you didn't want me to sign that? So I remember he had a weird look on his face, and I'm sure that's what it was. And then my sister was like,
kid?
that's Ozzie Smith. Why are you making him pick up your baseballs? But he just embodies a great person from everything I've seen. Even the clips of him playing is something special.
He's
doing
spectacular.
backflips and
yeah.
That would be my number one answer. Would be Ozzie.
Yeah, it sucks that we've lost, Stan and Gibson. I mean, you talk about a guy who was.
Oh, there's another guy.
I tell you what, if you start with a clean slate and you can say you can take anybody you want for your pitcher, I'll take Gibson. You guys can take whoever you want. I'll take Gibson, and I'm going to be in the mix. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that guy was just a bulldog on pitching.
Also taking him in a fight too. Come on, be on my team on a fight. He's not scared of nothing.
Yeah, Gibson.
You guys had some hell of a pitchers back to you. At least Smith, you had Eckersley. Go figure.
Sure.
Eckersley comes out as a starting pitcher, can't go more than 3-4 innings. Throw him as a closer, and he creates a closing role.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. But very cool. So Ozzie Smith, though, he's living the life now. It's definitely Ozzie's town. He's the Cardinal now, so he's Mr. Cardinal. So.
Yachty and Pools and Wayno might take it over eventually, but probably not for a while.
Oh, they have the young kids. They'll get there. Soon.
They will.
Yeah.
Wayno's still involved in his music and that, so he's doing all that kind of stuff. And I don't know what Yachty's doing. I'm not sure. So
I was at Wayno's final game.
Yeah.
He owns a couple of basketball teams in Puerto Rico. So he went back to Puerto Rico a lot. But that until his kids are older, and then he's going to start coming back more.
Hopefully he makes it back here because, he's beloved. I'll tell you who else loves Molina is Blues fans because he'd go to all the Blues games. I mean, so he has a whole other contingent there. So this is what starts leading you to be, kind of Mr. St. Louis, former athlete, is that kind of stuff. Yachty's beloved for sure. So I think a lot of people in other cities don't like Yachty, but we love him here, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you disagree with that, you can take a hike. I don't care.
Is there ever a Cardinal player that you guys don't love? Because that's the whole thing about
Raphael
Cardinal
Fakal.
fans.
Hated him.
Raphael Fakal.
I just randomly say his name, curse you, Raphael Fakar. Whenever something goes wrong, it's always his fault. I don't know why. 13-year-old me blamed all of the. Like, he was on the World Series team when we won in 2011. Blamed every problem that year on him, though. Everything was his fault.
That was his fault. Okay. Fair enough.
Crazy.
On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Well, let's start with Tim. He looks ready to go. We'll let him.
All right, I've got a bottle of 2021
Shanks. Okay.
Sweat on the slip. Nothing.
Nothing. Do you prefer, typically, if they're both there, you could choose Shanks or Bomburgers? What are you grabbing? You can only have one, by the way.
Bomburgers.
Yeah.
Bomburgers for sure.
I'm a Bomburgers guy.
This one was a gift from a close friend, setting them up with some nice visits to our friends.
Nothing wrong with Shanks, but I like Bomburgers better. If
Bomburgers,
I can
yes.
Oh, you were shaking your head yes, too, Luke.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
I like them both, but if I have my choice, Bomburgers.
Yeah. You got your choice of both. Go for the Bomburgers. So, no. All right, Luke, what do you got, man?
Well, Mickey Mantle, old number 7, but I've got old Ezra 7.
Okay. Okay. Solid.
Oh.
Solid.
Oh.
Crisp and solid. All right, Darren, you're next. Luke has the lead here.
I got some old Jet Brothers finished in new toasted French oak casks.
Very nice.
Okay. Someone talked.
Luke still has it.
Luke has it. I've got all 3. We record 4 shows here, and I've got 3 for 3. So let's see if I can take the 4th one here. I've got a pretty good cork pop from Luke. I got to surpass though, but I've got Middle West. I've got the one that's finished in the Naranja cask, so it's a dual cask situation. So let's see what we got here. Hopefully, I got enough. Let's see.
Nope.
No, not enough. Not enough. Luke got that clearly. It's a clean win. We don't even have to go to the judges. I admit Luke got me there. So, cheers to you, Luke, on a solid.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we've got more to talk about. So we'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
JP Knobloch. I have nice hair on the ABV Bourbon Daily Show.
Welcome back. Today we're mailing it in for New Year's Eve.
Yes, we are. So it's New Year's Eve. We're mailing it in. Tim said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Tim?
Yeah, so is anybody else's New Year's Eve ruined with shitty college football games now? This whole college football series, this stuff is just, the New Year's Eve games end up being crap. Why do they even do it? I'm talking about the big games. I know all the toilet bowl games. I'm in for all these other teams playing. I love the other bowl games. But these national championship games, they put them on New Year's Eve too late. It ruins my New Year's Eve.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And they got a whole thing going now. You know, it's finally the players are getting paid and all that, but their big payday is sitting around the corner. They don't want to get hurt. It's just like, an all-star game, or the Pro Bowl. You don't want to get hurt in that, especially when you got the draft coming up with that. I think that college football, it's not a big deal. New Year's Day used to be a huge thing, right? With all the bowl games.
They're trying to make it every day. Well, that's my point. Like New Year's Day, I get it.
All right.
Everything's got to be that's great. But these late New Year's Eve games really kind of screw things. I mean, well, let's give it some context. I mean, I work till 5 on New Year's Eve. In my business, everything's got to be done by the tax season. This is it. This is basically our Super Bowl more than anything. And you got to be there to tie up all the loose ends and make sure everything's done, tax stamped and everything by today. So, I'm working till 5. I'm already missing the first game. Now, granted, I'm watching it at work. Let's be honest. But then you come home and it's just like there's more. It's just like I want something else to do. Why can't we spend time with family instead of doing that? It's just it kind of ruined and took the luster off of. I have a short period of time. Because especially with the young kids, it's always New Year's Eve. We always celebrate at 9:00 because I fast forward last year's New Year's Eve that I recorded for the kids and make it look like it's this year. And try to do things.
Let's go around the horn here. Projected, and again, you don't have to live up to this. You can go to bed whatever time you want, but your projected bedtime on New Year's Eve tonight. So, what do you think your bedtime will be? We'll start with Luke Otero. What time do you think you'll be finally between the sheets, heading to bed?
Between 9:30 and 10 o'clock.
There it is. There it is. Yes.
All right. There's one. There's one who misses the big New Year's Day celebration. All right.
So to my credit, and Steve, I've been on a couple of your New Year's Eve shows before. I think remember that it's the War Department's birthday.
Yeah.
And so on the 31st, we go whatever she wants to do. Usually it's an early dinner at a very nice restaurant. So we'll go do that around 5:36, whatever. And I've either had too many Manhattans or old fashions, and I'm ready.
You're ready for bed at that point.
Yeah,
pull me over. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Tim Swyatt, how about you?
I want to say if I can make it to 11:30, that's probably good. I try to stay up for midnight because the kids are older now and they want to celebrate. They want to do this thing, so I try to get there for them. But yeah, I'm probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. That's it. I'm done.
All right. Darren, how about you?
So I would say I am 15 minutes after the great college football games that we get those days. After we're done, after the last one of those, I'm probably going to bed. But it gives you something to stay up instead of watching people get interviewed in Times Square that you don't care about.
Right.
You can't watch those shows.
Who cares if your name's Mariah Carey? Why are you important?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll be in bed by 10:30 somewhere. I'm not going to stay up for it. But
there's no reason.
How often are you in bed by 10:30 anyway?
Well, I always have intentions of being in bed by 10:30, but then I end up staying up late. So I could be up. It happens to be a lot where I'm watching shows or who knows what happens, and I'm up after midnight. I'm angry because I know I'm going to get up early no matter what anyway. I'm still up by 5 o'clock, which just angers me. I would be like, if I'm staying up till midnight, why can't I sleep till 7 or something? I can't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, when you turn 82 years old like me, I'm telling you.
Well, you got to separate that time between your first leak for the night. So you got to be in by 10:30. Because by 12 o'clock, I'm already getting up. Got to work the progressions.
It's all time. Tim is right.
Oh, yes.
He's going to be tossing and turning from the pounds of cheese he's going to be eating as he's working through his Parmesan wheel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it considered good luck to eat Parmesan on New Year's Eve? I hope.
We're going to find
Only
out, aren't we?
18.5 pounds worth, Steve.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I would
you're going to be just short.
I would say yes.
Yeah, I would say yes too. I'm at the point now where it's going on my breakfast cereal. I'm shaving Parmesan across my breakfast cereal. Yeah, it's. I mean, I got a lot of it. I got a lot of it. What are you going to do?
Have you made pizza with it yet?
Not yet, but yeah, that's on the docket. For sure.
It should be. That sounds great.
Yeah, pizza with fresh parm, of course. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll ever do the whole operation like you doing, Steve.
Right.
But I have had it at a restaurant and it's delicious. And
It is really good, right?
yeah.
It's legit and it's different. It's not, the taste of that was not like any sauce that we've had or anything like that. It was just it's something by itself. It's really good.
Now, what kind of noodle are you using for this, Steve? Was it a fettuccine noodle? It was a wider
Fettuccine.
noodle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, you got to use the fettuccine noodle.
Yeah,
More cheese per pasta.
Correct. Correct.
More cheese per pasta exposure. I'm sure Mandy Kaplan is a specialist in this. I'm sure.
This is probably like her nightmare, a cheese wheel.
Exactly. God damn it! I can't listen again.
I tried to talk the family into doing this, but it wouldn't happen. But I think that the first tradition has to be we go to Art Hill in St. Louis, a nice hill, and roll that cheese wheel down, and then we chase it. Because just like they do in England, where they chase that cheese wheel, you watch it every year. I don't even know when it happens, but I see it on the
This has
news
to
every year.
happen.
Yeah. You're running down and falling, and oh man, yeah, we need to start that. That's step number one with the cheese wheel. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because one of the Swiat household traditions we've had, and this is something that I've done. It's like, for some reason, I think everything can happen on New Year's Eve. Once it's past when you wake up on January 1st, the whole plate's cleaned. Doesn't matter. So, like, we don't go out to dinner. We don't do X. I hate all the rat race. I'm with people all day long. I don't want to be with people anymore. So we've always stayed home for New Year's Eve or had some people come over.
I don't want to drive around. I
don't want to drive around doing that stuff. But what we have done is any menu, or I will drive any place to pick up food if you want from some restaurant or whatever. I will order it in, whatever. So the kids basically have a whole big, like, what do you want? Like, well, I don't know what I want. Well, where are we going? I said, you can pick whatever you want. I will drive and pick it up on the way home from work or whatever that evening. I'll go out, I'll do that thing or have it delivered here. And I tip well because those folks are out there risking their lives too. So they're not home. So I respect all of that. But you can order anything you want that night. And then the amount of, I wouldn't say the amount of food, but the diversity of food that's ordered for everybody's individual plate is pretty impressive. The kids are like, you can see them gravitate to certain things and they know they don't have it very often. So it's kind of like, it's like a real special treat type of thing.
That's
for news that we've been
I
doing.
like that. That's a good idea.
See,
it's not like order pizza for everybody.
Tradition, but all you need for New Year's is a bunch of toasted raviolis, like 60, 70, 80.
Okay.
And then like little on rye bread party pizzas is what they're called. And you melt cheese and sausage on little slices of rye bread and cook them in the oven, and they taste like crackers. And so it's like a hard crust, and that's all you need.
That's New Year's to you.
Yep.
Okay. You're not single at all, are you, Darren?
Yeah. The question is why I
now we know
why. More meals than just on New Year's, but I look forward to it.
Darren's sitting there watching college football, stuffing his face with a toasted ravioli, pop like that. That sounds like an evening, my friend. I'll join you on that one.
Sausage pizzas, crying.
Yes. I'll join you on that one. I like that.
In his underwear, yeah.
No shirt, exactly. There is no shirt in this situation.
No, of course.
Middle on the couch, feet up on like the coffee table, whatever.
Right. Yeah, everything your mom told you couldn't do.
What else more do you want? Like this sounds like a great life.
Crumbs out of your chest hair.
Right.
That's exactly. That's how I envision this. Yes.
So there you go. There you go. So there it is. New Year's Eve. So tomorrow starts a new 2025. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Tomorrow's 2025. So yeah. And
I wonder what the bingo card is for next year. I don't even want to know.
I know. So it's crazy to think about, but hopefully 2025 brings in lots of prosperity. Good things happen. Hopefully it's a great year. We can use a good one. 2024 for me wasn't bad. As I look back, nothing bad happened. It was all pretty good stuff, from our family. We certainly had a tragedy at the shop when loss of our co-founder, Jim Fosnot. So that certainly was tough, and will continue to always be. That's not something you get over. That's not something that heals. That's with us forever, but that's why we remember him here at the shop too. So, his legacy is that place, and we want to live up to that. So that's why we want to keep that shop going, and I want it to be there forever. So that's why it's going to be in Darren's hands at some point. You got to keep that going, man.
Yep.
Yeah. At some point, it'll be you. It's on you to keep it going. So fun stuff. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures, and also 5 days a week at the previously mentioned ABV Barrel Shop.
Tim, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
All right, Luke.
You can find me on Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram and on LinkedIn.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see us. The ABV Barrel Shop, we're always getting new barrel picks in. We got a lot of cool ones lined up coming up, so should be good stuff. And hopefully we'll have a great year in 2025, set a new record in 2024, and we'll see what 25 brings us very soon here. It all gets going. Barrel picks will start rolling in, so come by, the place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Tim, anything else to say before we get out of here?
We like to first off thank our audience for everything, for sticking around with us for all these years, and hope another 365 shows after this in 2025. Looking forward to more. We also like to remind our audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fartits, we have a brand new show for you tomorrow on New Year's Day. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Be safe out there. See you soon. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.